Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are doing good. So, children, today I am going to explain you about the valence electron. So, what are valence electron? Electrons that are present or exist in the outermost shell or the valence shell of an atom is called valence electron. So, valence electron means the last shell of the atom into which these electrons are present. So, we know according to the 2n rule, K shell, which is the first shell, can hold maximum 2 electrons. So, the helium, which is having the whose atomic number is 2, it contains the 2 electron in the outermost shell. So, helium is a noble gas. It follows the rule of duplet. It shows it has the stable electronic configuration because its one shell, K shell, is completely filled with 2 electrons because K shell has the occupancy of 2 electron only maximum. Like this, L shell 8, M shell 18 and then N shell 32. So, here you can see figure table 4.4. In this you can see all the elements from 1 to 20, their symbol is mentioned, atomic number is given, and in the last Zoom class only I have explained you this concept, electronic configuration, that how we can distribute the electron in the respective shells K, L, M and L, N. So, remember the last shell, it can be in case of hydrogen and helium, its outermost shell is K, and then in case of this till neon, the outermost shell is L. So, the last shell and sodium and all, the outermost shell is sodium to argon, the outermost shell is M. So, the last shell of the element is called, or the atom is called, valence shell or valence shell, and the number of electrons present or filled in the valence shell is called valence electron. So, here in the last table their valence electron is given. So, you can match from this outermost shell the number. So, remember, now children, in case of argon we know that in case of argon, argon is a noble gas. So, argon is atomic number is 18. So, argon electronic configuration is 288. So, we can say by looking that M shell contains 8 electron. So, argon is also following the rule of octet rule. So, the outermost shell of M shell is completely filled. So, argon is also a stable gas, a stable noble gas. Same as all the noble gas, whether it is helium, neon and argon, they are chemically unreactive. Why they are chemically unreactive? It is a give reason type of question, because their outermost orbit is completely filled. So, in case of helium, 2 last orbit is K. So, 2 is completely filled, K only 2 can come, and in case of neon you can see 10th atomic number 8 completely filled, and in case of argon also you can see 18 atomic number 8 is completely filled in the outermost orbit. So, these three are the noble gases and unreactive. They are already stable, they cannot be react with any other metal or non-metal. So, atoms of other elements, they do not have the stable configuration and their valence shell is incomplete, or you can say they are unstable. So, because of this instability, you know, they can easily donate their electron because they want stability. Okay, so they can easily donate their electron or they can easily accept electron from other atom. So, one question is there in the yellow box, how do atoms of these elements attain stable configuration? So, how they attain? So, either, as I said, either they donate their electron or they accept electrons from other. So, atom of these, they combine with the atom of the same element by donating, by accepting or by sharing their electron, and they will get the stable electronic configuration. So how it will be done? So it is written in the last line. This can be done either by loss of electron, gaining of electron, or sharing of electron. So by these three means they can easily stabilize their electronic configuration. And whenever any atom, remember this thing, that whenever any atom lose the electron, it will attain a positive charge and it will become a cation. So underline this line, when an atom loses an electron, a positive ion is formed which is called cation. So in the first line they are saying the same thing, by losing or gaining the electron, atom can acquire or get the stable electronic configuration. So in the there are few examples are given. First, how is a potassium ion is formed? So we know potassium atomic number is 19, its electronic configuration is 2881. So outermost orbit there, or valence shell, it contains potassium contain only one electron. So this one electron potassium can easily donate to the other atom and it will get the electronic configuration same as the argon, 288. Okay, so like this, by by this example you can say that it can easily donate one electron and it will become, potassium will become stable, and when it will just donate the electron, then it will, and it is donating only one electron, so it will carry the 1 plus sign, so K plus, it will become a cation K plus. So here you can see earlier the electronic configuration is 2881 in case of potassium atom. When it will lose one electron, this outermost shell electron, then it will become stable by getting the this electronic configuration same as the argon, and it will get 288 and it will carry 1 plus charge, because 1 plus charge, why 1 plus charge? Because it has donated only one electron. Same way, so on losing one electron it become a potassium ion K plus, and now potassium ion has 19 proton and 18 electrons. Okay, the same way another example is given. Children, how is magnesium ion is formed? So magnesium, we know that magnesium atomic number is 12 and its electronic configuration is 282. So outermost shell or valence shell, 2 electrons are there, 2 valence electrons are there. So this magnesium can also easily donate the 2 electrons, lose the 2 electron and become stable. So when it becomes stable, it will get the same electronic configuration of neon. As you know, neon is having 10 atomic number and its electronic configuration is 28. The same one, after losing or donating only 2 electrons, magnesium will get the neon electronic configuration. So you can see here, earlier it was 282, after losing 2 electron it will remain 28. So 8 will be there in the outermost shell. Now this magnesium ion will become stable, and as I said in the case of potassium also, that here you can see first example, potassium is losing one electron, that's why plus 1 plus sign is there, whereas in case of magnesium is losing 2 electrons because 2 are present in the outermost shell, so it will carry the 2 plus charge, 2 electron. So now a magnesium has 12 protons and 12 electrons and it is electrically neutral. So it has 2 unit charges, unit positive charge, and as it loses, it has now 12 protons and 10 electrons. Okay, proton will be 12 but electrons will lose, so it will become 10. So these two cases you can see of potassium and magnesium where they are losing electrons. Okay, and when they are losing electron, they are carrying the positive charge. So remember this thing. Now by gaining electrons, so whenever any element gain electron, it will carry the negative charge. Okay, and in what case it will gain? When its outermost orbit is unstable, the same condition. So first line I am reading for you. Atoms of non-matters, they gain electrons because they need a stable electronic configuration they want to acquire, and when any atom gain an electron, they carry the negative ion, and negative ion is called anion. So negative ion is formed. So again they are showing us two example here. One is of chloride ion, how chloride ion is formed, and another one is of oxide ion. So chloride ion forms of chlorine and oxide ion from the oxygen. So we know chlorine is the 17 atomic number. The electronic configuration is 287. So children, you should know, as I said so many times, that for chemistry it is very important to know 1 to 20 sequence wise atomic number, and how to do electronic configuration, that I have explained you in the last Zoom class, and how to find out the valency. So that valency also I will tell you, but you should know that the electronic configuration, because for donating and gaining the electron, we should first distribute the these electrons in the different shells. So electronic configuration is very important. So now the electronic configuration of chlorine is 287. So 7 is there. Okay, so 7 electrons are there, so many electrons are there. So this chlorine is unable to donate to get a stable configuration, but it can accept one electron, so that this 7 will become 8. So only 7 are there. If it will accept one electron from any other atom, then it or any other chlorine atom or any other atom, then it will, this configuration will become 288. So one is required to complete the octet rule, because you know these electrons, they have to follow the duplet rule, or either in case, as in case of helium, or octet rule. So octet means 8, duplet means 2. So 287, only one is left, one is less electron. So this chlorine will gain one electron from any other element, and it will complete this chloride ion. It will form a chloride ion, and it will complete the stable configuration 288. You can see, after accepting, gains one electron. So it is gaining one electron, so that's why it will have the one negative charge, Cl negative. Now here you can see, earlier this it is having this 17 protons and 17 electrons. Okay, it was electrically neutral, but after gaining, what will happen? Protons will remain the same 17, but electron will increase 288. Okay, so it has now extra electron, so it will carry 1 unit negative charge, 1 negative charge. Now how is oxide ion is formed? So the oxygen, which is having whose atomic number is 8, so electronic configuration will be 2 and 6. So 6 to get the 8 electronic configuration, or 8 electrons, oxygen needs 2 electron. So it will gain the 2 electron, and it will become 6 plus 2 is equal to 8, we know. So it will get that, it will become a 2,8 stable configuration, and as oxygen has accepted the 2 electron, that's why it will carry the 2 units of negative charge, 2 units, 2 negative, you can see. Okay, and it will become oxide ion, O2 negative. Now earlier it has 8 protons and 8 electron, it is electrically neutral, equal one, but after gaining, what will happen? Number of electrons will become 10, whereas number of proton will remain the same, 8. So therefore it will carry the 2 negative charge. So like this we can make after donating. Remember, after donating, element will become cation, negatively charged, cation, positively charged, sorry, and after gaining, element will become anion, negatively charged. Now what is valency? So the number of valence electron lost or gained by an atom to attain stability is called its valency. So a sodium atom loses 1 electron, so valency is 1. Magnesium loses 2 electron, so valency is 2. Aluminium atom loses 3 electrons, so valency is 3. Chlorine atoms gains 1 electron, so the valency is 1. Oxygen atom gains 2 electrons, so the valency is 2. So valency is also defined from the lower classes, 7th class it was there, that it is the combining capacity of an element or a radical. So there is a relationship between number of valence electron and the valency. So the valency of an element is either equal to the valence electron or the number of electron which they require to complete their valence shell. So for a matter, valency is equal to number of valence electron, and for a non-metal, 8 minus number of valence electron. Okay, so this valency concept I will explain you Zoom class with so many examples. So remember this thing. Okay, in the class 7 also I have explained you children. So in case of sodium chlorine, I am telling you that for valency, for finding out the valency of chlorine, okay, we should see the outermost electron. So as you can see, the outermost electron is 7. So 7 for valency, what we should do, it has the 7 and it is gaining 1 electron. So you can say, even you can do the formula as they are showing for chlorine is a non-metal. So we should apply this formula, 8 minus number of valence shell. So 8 minus chlorine case, number of valence shell is 7. So 8 minus 7 is equal to 1. So you can do. Oxygen case also 6 is there. So I told you 1, 2, 3 in a metal case 1, 2, 3 we can write as it is. We can say, but for more than 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 we apply or we do this formula 8 minus 4, 8 minus 5, 8 minus 6, 8 minus 7, 8 minus 8. So when you will apply for non-metals, when you will apply that this formula 8 minus number of the valence electron, like 8 minus 6, that you know 8 minus 6 will be 2 only. So the oxygen valency is 2, chlorine valency is 1. Same way, the number of the valence electron, as you know that magnesium and potassium both are metals, so metal valency will be equal to the number of valence electron. So in case of potassium, number of valence electron is 1, so the valency will be 1, and in case of magnesium, number of valence electron is 2, outermost shell, so the magnesium valency is 2. So you should remember. In the Zoom class I will explain you more by giving you more examples. Now you should remember children that so many few others, like you can see there are 5: iron, copper, mercury, lead and tin. These elements they exist in nature in lower valency also, in higher valency also. So that is called variable. Variable means different valency. So these elements, they have different valency. They do not have the same one valency. They have the 2 valency. Sometimes they have the 3 valency, like this. So I am just reading for you that some elements like copper, lead and mercury, tin and iron, they have more than 1 valency, and because they have the different charges. Like copper, you can say they are having the 1 plus or 2 plus. Iron, they have the 2 plus and 3 plus. Magnesium, mercury 1 plus and 2 plus. Lead 2 plus, 4 plus. Stannous or tin, in case of tin they are having 2 plus and 4 negative. So like this. So ions having 2 unit positive charge, they are called ferrous ion. 2 plus, underline this line. Fe2 plus ion having 2 unit positive charge, they are called ferrous, and if they are having the 3, they are called ferric ion. So yeah, here you can see if they are having 3 Fe3 plus, they are called ferric ion. So they are having the 3 plus. Iron can so by this variable valency you can see that these copper, iron, mercury, lead and tin, they can exist in the they are having the 2 valency, 1 valency, 2 valency or either 2 valency or 3 plus valency. So radicals. Now radicals is an atom or a group of atom having charge. So some radicals are having unit positive charge and some are having negative charge. And how these cations are formed? When they donate the electron, remember, and why and how an ions are formed? when they accept the electron. So remember these things. Then children, in the last page of this chapter, table is given, 2 tables are given. So in this table they are showing valency of some cations. So some cations, cation means they donated their electron. You can see all are having plus charges. Plus charge means they donated the electron and they become cation. So the hydrogen ion, aluminium, lithium, sodium, silver and potassium, they are monovalent, they all are having single plus charge. Then next part, they all are magnesium, zinc, calcium, barium, aluminium, they are divalent, they are having 2 plus charge. They are having variable, some anions. Anions means negatively charged, you can see. So these are also monovalent, they are having 1 negative charge. Divalent, they are having 2 negative charge, and triphosphate, it is having tri-negative charge. So in the case of, you should know how to write these valency, and these charges, they are called their valency. You can see all are having 1 negative charge, so the valency is 1 negative. They are having divalent is having 2 charge, so the valency is 2 negative. Trivalent is having 3 negative valency, because they are accepting 1 electron. Anions, they are anions, remember, they are accepting the electrons. Here in case of divalent, 2 electrons, trivalent 3 electrons, and mono means 1, monovalent means 1 electron. So children, please in our homework solve checkpoint number 2 and checkpoint number 3. This checkpoint number 3, write in the copy. Okay, write down the electronic configuration of ABC all, and here number you should second question you have to tell the valence electron of helium, oxygen, calcium, chlorine, and element X has a atomic number 17. So we know chlorine is the atomic number 17, so element X is a chlorine hairs. So you have to write the electronic configuration of chlorine. You have to tell that what is the number of valence electron. So electronic configuration, you know, 2, 8, 7. 7 will be the valence electron. Valency, what is valency? Valency is the combining capacity of an element, and chlorine is a non-metal, and it will form anion or cation. So chlorine will form an anion because it will accept 1 electron. Okay, so just do all these in the copy. Thank you children, and have a nice day. God bless you all.